Welcome to Career Journeys, a series of videos by the Consortium for Public Education. Here we explore the career experiences and pathways of professionals from a wide variety of careers to help you think about the skills you'll need and the paths you might take after high school.
Hi, I'm Gina Barrett, a program director at the Consortium for Public Education. Today I'm here with Marino Swanson, a community monitor for Allegheny County Juvenile Probation. Marino, thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, it's no problem. Glad to be here.
So Marino, can you tell us what a community monitor does?
Yeah, so pretty much, again, my personal shift is from Tuesday through Saturday. I work 1 to 9. On a normal schedule, it'll be 2:30 to 10:30. It is an after-school program, and I monitor youth within the community, at school, and within the program. So it's a 24/7 monitor program, and they are on anklets for house arrest, whether it's a serious crime such as homicide, murder, attempted murder, or even sexual assault, and then from small theft or a misdemeanor of fighting, simple assault. So it ranges from the spectrum. I'm currently in the Mon Valley. I work with youth from the age of 12 to 21. Standard day would be dinner, homework out, pick the youth up, homework hour, dinner, chores, about 2 to 3 groups. After the groups, we'll do drop-offs, take them home, and then get ready for the next day. The groups are usually range between job readiness, victim awareness, thinking errors, drug and alcohol, ART, which is anger replacement training, as well as other events that are going on within the city that downtown or my supervisor or PO refers us to. So I know one of my personal responsibility is soft skills, and I try to keep track of different soft skills I'm teaching youth, as well as some hard skills, and even introduce them to some type of educational program, some type of trade school, or maybe even university, or even just get them into the job field, because like I said, I'm the job readiness coordinator, so I help you find employment. So that's pretty much a day in the life of a community monitor. The age limit is usually between the ages 12 to 21. So
What makes you good at what you do? What would you say are the personality traits that you have, or some of the talent that you have, that really makes you good at being in a position like this?
So just going backwards a little bit, I've always been a people person. I've always been charismatic. I've always been able to relate to other people, and I'm social. So I enjoy working with other people, and throughout high school, I mentored younger kids all the time, because one, my principal, even some of the teachers, they realized qualities in me that other students did not have, even though I didn't always hang out with the best of students. So they gave me an opportunity, and I started working with the younger kids. And then as I got older, I ended up transferring to this.
You touched on that about there being a little bit of a dangerous aspect to that. Are you trained to deal with certain things? How does that work?
We go through annual training. We go through self-defense training. We go through ART training, which again stands for anger replacement training. We go through first aid CPR training. We do all this throughout the year.
Now, how did you get to where you are today? Did you work your way up to this position? Did you do some similar things before this, or did you go right into this position?
So it's actually a funny story in how I got involved in probation, but the backstory is I started out at Kennywood, so I was there for about 6 years. Then I became a manager, and then I was also going through college, but I was also working at a shoe store, so I was working 2 jobs while being a full-time student in college. And there was a professor, he was a criminal justice professor, and he was actually a probation officer. And he told all of us, the class, to not list the right essay. And me thinking I was writing an essay, because I was writing out full sentences just with bullet points on the side of them. He was like, no, this was the list. And he put me on blast in front of the class. Literally, I was in front of the classroom, and he told me specifically not to list the right essays. And then after he put me on blast in front of the class, afterwards, he pulled me to the side and asked me if I wanted a job working in juvenile probation. And I was like, you know what? I don't really know exactly where I'm going to go from here. So why not? I'll give it a shot. And I've always wanted to work with kids anyways, because I worked with them throughout high school. So this will be a nice foot in the door, a nice initial step just to get started. So after he offered me that job, I believe I was my sophomore year. I was about 19 years old. I applied and I got denied because I was too young. They told me I had to be 21. And the professor, he didn't know that. He thought I was 18. So I went down and I applied. They told me, no, you had to be 21. So I waited until roughly my 21st birthday and I reapplied. I went down and had the interview. They seen my birthday was on March 2nd. And then literally 4 days after, I started my job within Allegheny Juvenile Probation at the age of 21. So right after my birthday. And that's where I've been from since then. I've been here for about a little over 3 years now. So.
Did he ever give you any kind of clue as to how he went from calling you out to offering you a job?
I never knew him before this. So before he became a professor, I would see him at the gym every once in a while because I was a big boxer and he was at the same boxing gym I would train at. And he said he was talking about how he knew I had thicker skin, I had tougher skin. I was always able to laugh, joke, smile, even still be stern and get reprimanded and still like, hey, I'm gonna move on from this. And he was saying that that's the type of qualities you kind of need for a probation job because every day, you never know what's gonna happen within a day. You never know what kind of emotions or feelings someone's gonna be going through. You may have someone who's very angry with the world and may want to take it out on you. You may have someone who's just very happy, don't really care, and just, okay, so be it. But when he applied that pressure to me within that classroom in front of 30 other students, it was like, he's pretty much saying to himself he has a good quality. That's something that they're pretty much looking for, and I know he can handle himself. He has thicker skin, and he doesn't let anyone get to him. So he offered me the job and said, hey, give it a shot.
What advice can you give to students who might be thinking about a career like yours? What should they know now that they're in school? Is there something that they should be doing even before they graduate, something they should be practicing or thinking about?
So like I was saying before, I never expected to be in this field, but one advice I will say is to always just be honest, have integrity, know how to communicate the way you're feeling. Don't necessarily ever talk down to anyone because it's all about building someone up. If you talk down to someone, it kind of shatters their hopes and dreams. But if you talk up to someone and give them not necessarily advice, but kind of guide them, they'll usually find their way and pretty much just be respectful as well. I know it's hard going up through middle school and high school because you have so many peer influences. I've had a lot of different peer influences, but I was always independent. I kind of always made my own way because, I'm an individual. You kind of want to see what I can do. So yeah, just focus on you. Do what you dream. If that dream is becoming a doctor and you see that it's to be 16, 17 years, hey, more power to you. Stick with it. Keep trying. If along the way you see that it's not what you want, at least you was able to take the steps and you was able to get some kind of education within that field. And then you could move on to a different type of field, being like a pediatrician or a nurse practitioner. It's not a doctor, but you still using those fields that you got the education for. So.
Well, Marino, thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciated learning more about your career and your position.
Yep, it's no problem. I enjoy speaking.
For more information or to learn about other careers in the Career Journey series, visit our website and check back soon for our next installment. Thanks!